back. I said, start streaming. There we go. Wow, that's annoying. For absolutely no reason at all, it just didn't stream. And it is incredibly laggy. Weird. I don't get it. Alright. Greg will be back soon.
Well, it is uploading. In the 6 hours it will take to do that. Well, after the 6 hours, I will send you the link. If you're not take that long.
6 hours? It should not take that long. How long was your video?
No, like 3.5 hours.
Okay. Yeah, maybe actually.
Oh, it says 56 minutes. Come on.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours is way too long. 56 minutes makes more sense.
Hey, can we open these windows?
Please.
We're gonna get a lot of street noise.
Probably not.
Are we? We're always on our street.
Dude, people are always on our street, like yelling and doing long
Well,
shit.
let's see. Because otherwise I'm going to fucking pass out. So,
Is it warm?
it's just going to get really hot in here with 3 laptops and us with the door closed for 3 hours. It gets very hot in this room.
What's that?
Beer.
Is that the Sparrow Stout?
Sapporo, yeah.
Ow!
I bought it like on Wednesday and forgot about it.
Oh, I do need this actually.
I also need that.
Ooh, the stream's right now before I sat down.
Oh, need it.
That is pretty far behind. I think the stream is normally like a few minutes behind.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Can we put this microphone not right behind Grayson's laptop?
No, it's
Where do you
perfect.
want to put it?
To the side, just like...
It needs to hear the beautiful hum of my...
No, it needs to hear your silent-ass voice.
Yeah, okay. No complaints. There's the last one.
We'll put the olive
Finally
right
found
underneath the
one.
mic.
Yeah, perfect. They hear me
Oh,
eat
we
my
can't use that
olives.
fork, though, because I bet that was the fucking worst. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, we need the... We should put it on something that's not the table, or we need something to dampen the sound.
We need,
to
like, a
the
playmat.
mic. I'm gonna use these two today.
I guess this.
That'll help with vibrations. It's less vibrations when the dice are
Clattering of the dice.
so loud.
Well, I guess you guys.
It adds to the ambiance.
I guess you just need dice trays.
Aha!
Individual
Wait.
dice
Can
trays.
I have the green one?
What?
The green D20? Which one did you take? You took purple and gray? God damn it.
Yep, fuck off.
Yeah, so. It's fine, I'll use red and green. Gruel, baby, gruel. I hate how gruel has 2 different work meanings.
It's. Is it pronounced gruel? I always pronounce it as gruel.
I think it's gruel. Because there's 2 U's.
Right.
But like, one U would be gruel.
Stitches in the mouth of your
Could just
green
grow.
level phase.
I prefer gruel. I'm gonna go on record and say,
Disgusting as that. Muttering to himself.
do you know what that means, Jake? Gruel.
Gruel? Like food? Like meal?
Nah.
Or like grueling?
Look it up tonight when you're in bed.
Gruel.
No, right now.
Food.
Not use. O's. O's instead of use. I feel weird talking about this on stream.
Rule. Portmanteau of the words groovy and great and cool.
Okay, go to the subreddit.
I don't think. Alright, I'll find it later, but. It's just not. It took too many, like, things in between. This is like. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that would idiot. Well. In the middle of the day.
This is way
you've
better on my
emerged
left side. Sorry.
Back on the street. That's okay.
Way better on my left side because I'm using my left hand to do it. Because when we were over there, I kept being like, fucking, what?
Because your right hand's
But yeah, because I was like, because this one's bad. No, it's bad. It's bad. It's a bad. The BBEG is Greg's right hand. The claw. Sorry, where are we?
Dr. No.
Tell us, DM.
You've just emerged from the Current's Crush, the tavern that you were just asking.
Oh
And
yeah!
got punched in the balls.
We got crit in the balls.
Yeah, crit in the balls. And you just emerged back
Know me, I like it, in the balls.
back onto the Current's Passage, onto the main road through the Slums.
Let's go to the only bar that should have existed.
No, I think we need to go talk to 3 more barkeeps.
I think we should go back to the original bar.
Stuff will just
I
Because
I can
we
make
shouldn't have
bars
Jake
out of my
make up
ass
all of those
for
voices.
days. I can just keep making them, making people, making things. Like I can just keep going. You can keep exploring.
No.
Hey, you gotta do.
The thing is, like, I think like that's like the most entertaining thing for like the video.
Random shit.
But fuck that shit. I want to go to the first bar and get ready because I think that that's just like what's gonna go down.
Well,
And or
Fantastic.
we can only watch one fucking bar at a time.
Yeah, but I want to recruit a ton of people to just like watch out for this dude.
to figure that out, why don't you walk through what you know so far?
Are there any guards in the servants' quarters?
Yes, you have seen like the occasional guard patrol, mostly on the Current's Passage, outside, like in the servant sanctum or in the courier's quarters.
Can I see any
Not
guards
a lot.
now?
Yes.
Can I walk up to the guards?
You walk up to the nearest.
I've been thinking about this all fucking day
trio
long.
of guards
Cool.
that are just like watching over the passage, like making sure shit doesn't go wrong.
Excuse me.
What's up?
Sorry, not to bother you. It's not an emergency. I don't need anything from you right now or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let you know that in relation to the gruesome murders of young girls singing in taverns lately, we have been tasked by Zaldesh to find them, to find the murderer. To that end, I want to let you know, and hopefully you can share with the other guards ahead of time, that we may potentially be following tavern singing girls home from the bars. So please, do not attack us. We're working for Zaldesh. We are like employed to hunt down this serial killer.
Roll a persuasion check.
What do you mean persuasion check? I'm telling the fucking truth.
Persuasion!
Yeah. Which might make it a low.
Holy fuck!
Why do I have to roll
We're gonna
things?
die!
Because it's D&D.
Is it charisma? 4.
The guard looks at you skeptically and goes, that's kind of a weird reason to be following girls home from bars.
Is it? Why?
Seems more like an excuse to kind of prey on girls coming out of the taverns than actually trying to fix this, which, by the way, surprised that you know this is happening and are investigating, and that Zaldesh would send someone, because he normally doesn't give a fuck about any of this, and the other guards like not.
How about then,
Selfish with that.
since you don't believe me and you think I might also be using this as an excuse to be a predator, one of the guards is around very, very stealthily because we don't want to scare the murderer off, otherwise we can't catch him. How about he's around just to survey to make sure that we are not the ones fucking it up?
You want us to assign you a guard at all times?
No, I want you to assign me a guard from the time when the girl leaves the tavern to when she reaches home safely.
So you want us to dedicate a guard to one bar that you've decided on. We don't know you.
How is
Doesn't
there
seem like
how
we're
is there
ready to
more
do
of an
it.
important job than catching someone who's brutally murdering young girls?
All the other brutal murderers and all the money coming in through the city that we actually get paid to watch.
Yeah, but like you
I mean,
can't
this
just
is
spare,
kind
you
of
can't
a
spare
thing.
one guy. Not a single guard you know is willing to do this on his off time to help protect the young girls in the
Maybe.
servants' quarters. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, come on.
I mean, we can check in and see if someone like really is raring to go and is really pissed about this, but like, we have so many other
Frankly,
things going on in the city.
all of you should be pissed about
The
this.
festival's coming in 7 days. We have so much work to do.
It's a long time. 7 days is a long time.
Yeah, and there's still tons of work to do to prepare.
Then you should have been
we're,
waiting a long
we're,
time.
we're about to send this case to the Dawn Guard and just let them deal with it.
I'm surprised that
It
it
seems
took
like
like
more
more
than
than 4 it's going to take another, like a 5th or 6th murder for it to go to the Dawn Guard.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Quick
it's
question,
the
sir.
slums.
You seem like a knowledgeable fellow.
Small child, yes.
Yeah. When did things become the domain of the Dawn Guard? When you pass them off?
Well, normally if it's a pretty, I don't want to call it intense, but a more complicated crime.
Actually important.
Yeah, we tend.
Higher jurisdiction, so to
He seems
speak.
pissed about it. He's not.
Good, he should be.
he's
Fuck
like-
this guy.
Yeah, honestly, when something gets to a level that we don't get paid enough to deal with, we'll hand it off to the Dawn Guard.
It's
And
like
they have their-
anything more than just like
rights.
casually walking around the streets.
Hey, we keep the general peace as much as we can.
Clearly.
There's a lot of space to cover and a lot of people to watch.
Sorry, my dad can be kind of a dick sometimes.
I just consider young girls getting brutally murdered every 3 nights not peace.
Well,
So,
it wasn't every 3 nights until now. And then now is when we're saying, all right, let's go to the Dawn Guard. I mean, really.
No, you said maybe we should consider going to the Dawn Guard, not we're on our way to the Dawn Guard to talk to them now.
I've given that is not what he said. What
If
he
someone
said-
if a young girl gets murdered tonight and you didn't already go to the Dawn Guard, you're going to feel like shit. And they're going to know it's your fault.
That's why we're on our way to send it to the Dawn Guard. Like, the main guard garrison is putting this case in the hands of the Dawn Guard.
How many people are going there?
We're not sending actual people. We're giving them the case.
how much of the murder cases escalated recently?
So I mean, the one that we like kind of didn't really notice was like months ago. Like that was the first time we found a body. At the time, we just thought it was a regular murder, like whatever happens in the
Right.
slums.
The regular murders.
But looking back on it, we can now say, okay, the voice box and vocal cords were actually cut out of this victim. And it was very sparse from there.
We
And
don't
it's
know
only
what
in
the
the
fuck
past
vocal
few
cords
weeks
are.
that it's really been escalating. And especially the last murder just that we found yesterday has been pretty recent. And that's why we're escalating it. to
When
Dawn
was
Guard.
the murder before the last one?
Murder before the last one was about...
Barkeep said 3 days ago.
Right.
Because
I'm trying to keep consistent.
the last one was yesterday, and so the one before that was
Yeah.
2 days before that. So 3 days ago today.
So it's
Highly
coming-
invested in the serial killer murders.
Yeah, and before that, it was almost a week, and then like a week and a half. We're getting more and more. That's why it's actually come to the point where we need to bring the Dawn Guard in. Most of the time, they don't really want to come down here.
have most of the victims been dumped in the canal afterwards, or have you found them all
Most
over the
of the
place?
We found them. It's never out in the open. We never found someone out in the open. It's always been like in a canal, and we expected they came from somewhere else and then end up in the canal, or like we'll find bodies in alleys. Like someone else will discover them and then report it to the guards and be like, "Oh, that's a case."
Did any of you actually see the body of the last girl? Or any of the girls?
I didn't, but I'm sure. I mean, every single case has been reported to the guards, but I personally haven't seen any of them. I've heard they're actually not really that horrific besides the vocal cords being cut out. Like, the rest of the body is fine.
And they were cut out, like, with a knife?
That's what the report says. That's what I've heard. Look, citizen, I understand.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You don't get to use that word.
If you want to
I'm
know
not a fucking
more,
citizen.
you can go to like the closest guard outpost where we've got more information and everything we're about to send to the Dawn Guard. I am still surprised that Zaldesh would send anyone here to investigate anything.
I'm surprised you aren't upset about this.
Look, it's... Obviously I'm upset, but...
Yeah, you've really shown that.
I have to distance myself in some degree from all the horrible things that happen here. This is bad.
That doesn't mean you have to
And there's
try
been
less.
worse.
There's distancing yourself emotionally, and then
I'm
there's
not-
trying less as a guard
I'm
doing your
trying
fucking
to do
job.
what I can do.
I'm getting really
I'm
antagonized.
trying to do what I can do. And I can't go
I'm really
investigate a
sorry.
serial killer. Hey,
I don't know where this is coming from.
Are you aware of any connections Aldesh might have with any of these women? Any reason you might be more invested in
Or
this situation?
interested in their vocal cords.
nothing I can think of. I mean, really, Zaldish sometimes comes down to the slums, but he's mostly all the way in the courier's quarters. I have never seen him in the servant's sanctum. He like almost never goes into the rest of the area. He's mostly concerned with Central, and even a little bit with the nobles' quarters. There's a little bit of work there just because he runs the couriers. But yeah, that's why I'm pretty surprised he would actually hire you to investigate this. Seems like a smaller thing for him.
Have you ever met anyone named Mala?
He like thinks and is like, no, never heard the name. Why do you ask?
Yours.
Well, could you give us directions to the nearest guards tower then?
Yes, he gives you the left, and you've been given these directions enough. Like, so you have your map, but you've been given these directions enough times to realize that when people do this, they send you on a zigzag until you're on the right street, and then you follow that and you end up at the right place. Like, that's why they do it to you, because there are enough roads that you can get anywhere you want. They're not going to send you on this weird route. They're just like, do this, and you're there. And they all, like, know how to get there. That's why they do that.
Interesting.
It's weird, but that's how the city set up.
Cool. I dig it.
He gives you directions to the closest guard outpost barracks kind of just building where they like centralize and determine the guard rotations. It's not really a tower.
Sure.
He doesn't
Guard
use
post.
that word, yeah.
Barracks.
It's kind of a barracks. It's not like big enough to be a barracks, especially like down here, but yeah.
What was your name, kind sir, for being so helpful?
Dolan.
I'm sorry?
Dolan.
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 Time is it.
What are your names?
My name is Vladimir.
Vladimir. Sounds good. And yours?
Frederick.
Frederick. And his? He points at the constructs.
Oh, that's Pete.
Pete. That's a strange name, Pete. Never heard that name before.
They're all Russian.
Isn't it Russian be Peter?
Pyotr.
Peter. Peter. Peter.
Today on D&D, we learn Russian with Greg. Меня зовут Grisha.
Привет!
Тебя зовут Yakov.
So, like at 16 Russian
Actually,
subscribers.
Ani zовут Yakov.
Oh.
Okay.
What was that?
Oh.
Grayson and I took Russian together in college at PCC.
College.
It was a full immersion class, which means in class we only spoke Russian. For the most part, there were sometimes we broke, but just to talk about culture, things like that. With the most wonderful teacher I've ever met. Madame Sharapova. She was wonderful. Like, she was really, really just like a glorious human being. I had her for
she was
another
nice.
year and a half
Yep.
more than you did, but like, she was like above and beyond, like one of the coolest people. We had to pick Russian names like any language class ever, and Grigory or Gregory is a Russian name, so I got Grisha, or I got Grigory. But in every Russian name has like a child nickname, and the nickname for Grigory is Grisha, and so I got called Grisha because I like it and it's cute. And Grayson, she doesn't have a Russian name, picked Yakov, which is a Russian name. It's the Russian name for Jacob!
It's me! That's also the Hebrew name for Jacob.
Yeah, because they both have the same root.
Yakov. Hey, Yakov.
That's fucking funny. I hadn't even thought about that before now.
So what Greg said was, my name is Greg. This guy's name is Yakov. And he said, oh, wait, no, actually, this guy's name is
That's what I figured. I figured Yakov because it sounded like the Hebrew name. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, Minya Zavut, name is Grisha. Tebya is the possessive form of the proper noun.
At a
And
certain
then-
point, all the languages that aren't Chinese and Japanese
And
like,
Cantonese.
just Southeast Asia. Actually, no. So all of the like European, Germanic, Romance languages, I can like pick out the parts of, and then from Japanese, I can kind of get a little bits of the other ones, but not really.
The funny thing about Thai is it has 16 syllables. The entire language has 16 different sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Russian isn't Germanic or
Cyrillic.
Romance, it's Cyrillic.
No,
Slavic.
Slavic, yeah.
there are still pieces.
But Slavic and Germanic blend a lot in places like Croatia. And then they took a million names, like coffee is coffee and cafe is cafe.
When
and
you
like,
said
Well,
te,
yeah, most
that's
languages
like
Yeah.
two, te, t, all like
Yeah.
you.
well, it's like it's ya,
Yep. That's like you should.
ya, tui, on, if he was a girl, ona, oni, or fuck.
This episode on linguistics.
Like, yeah, it's like Vash, Ani, and some other one I forgot. It's been a really long time.
That's okay.
Anywho, take me out your head.
You had just given the guard, Dolan, your names.
I look at the sky.
Wow!
Is it
sky.
gorgeous out?
It is beautiful.
Does it look like there's gonna be a good sunset?
Yes. Though, you're probably not going to get the most amazing view unless you're, like, pretty high up.
A climb a wall?
Yeah, see? The walls and the other buildings in the city will block a decent amount of it.
What a drag.
What time of day is it, roughly?
It's still, like, early afternoon. You walked into the Currents Crush.
Yep. Yep.
Early
Yep.
afternoon.
I would like to head to the guards tower. Guards quarters, guards barracks, guards
Whatever you want to
point.
call it.
On the way,
The
I want to
guards
talk to a
hold
random
Guard post.
citizen.
It's all guard post. Yes.
I stop a random citizen.
Yes.
Yes.
What would you like?
I'm just curious about, like, I'm not from here, I'm just curious about nighttime.
Welcome to Everlon.
Okay. You have really big walls.
Yes.
And so the sun
Yeah.
sun sets, and it becomes nighttime when the sun sets beyond the horizon. which is not
Sure.
where the walls are, but it's where the earth curves, or where the land curves downward, right?
Well, that's not really how we measure it, but it's just kind of when it gets darker, we know it's the end of the day.
Right. Does it become darker at the end of the day when the sun falls beyond the wall, or when the sun falls much further than that beyond the land? When you're inside this city.
Well, I'm not much of a scientist myself, but
This is pretty common
I
shit.
guess, I guess technically it would be if the sky gets dark. It's not so much when the sun's beyond the walls, because it could still be bright, but it must be beyond the Ashian Ridge.
Okay.
It must be when it happens.
Okay. Is it cool to watch the line of shadow rise up the far wall as it sets past the near wall?
I guess. I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching the shadow. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but okay.
There's not much else to do.
There's
Okay.
not so much to do. Look at this whole city.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place.
That's cool. Thanks. I'm done.
Hakuna
Thank you.
Matata.
Have a good one. I like flipping my copper piece. Fuck it.
Ho ho! A lucky day.
Gotta be like $1, right? Like, they don't make things smaller than copper pieces.
Yeah.
So, like, if there's nothing smaller than a copper piece, how can a copper piece be exciting to anybody? It's like us getting pennies.
Yeah, but you can buy a beer for a copper piece.
I
or
know,
theirs,
but that's
like-
fucking ridiculous. Does that mean just, like, they just never decided, like, they would never, like, split that amount into less? Like, if you can get a beer for a copper piece, and for us, that's $4. What about all the shit that costs $0.25?
Why don't you ask people?
Hey, wait, random dude who I paid.
Yes, it's my copper piece now.
Keep it, you earned it. Is there any smaller unit of currency than a copper piece?
Well, nothing official, but I mean, if a copper piece buys you so many things, then if you can get one or a few of those things, people will just barter for them.
What if you don't have any of those? Do you have to buy a bunch of things just to barter with them?
Kind of, yeah. You have to do something to earn money, to actually use it and pass it around.
I need to drink more.
It's not a completely monetized system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, metal, even just a copper piece is slightly precious. It's metal. Hard to get. Harder to get than literally grass.
Can you buy copper?
Dirt. Yeah, exactly.
Can you buy
Sure.
copper?
Yeah.
Does it cost? Is
A
the
copper
price?
piece would cost as much as a piece of copper of the same weight. Even if it doesn't have the official seal. It's a 1-for-1 kind of thing.
Okay, that's my question. I'm like fully okay with the answer.
Same with silver and gold and platinum. But really, I mean, once you're past... And I mean, I don't know.
You might as well just melt down your own fucking copper.
Well, not everyone has copper, young man.
Thank you for your help, kind.
I'm
sir.
so happy with that answer. I really am actually like super okay with it. Fuck.
Economics. Russian. Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. Where the fuck are we going? Oh yeah, we continue to the barracks.
Card post.
Card post.
Yes. You walk
I just
through...
want to catch a serial killer.
Oh my god. It's only forever.
You walk through. Basically, you can walk almost straight up the Currents Passage, pretty close to South Central. Because you're about halfway, like right here. I think it's
Right.
maybe like 20 minutes to get up here, and then you can see a larger area where a lot of guards are coming in and out of, and it's a pretty
Guards.
wide building. Help me, I'm dying.
Help me! I have questions.
And this looks like the guard outpost that was described to you.
This looks like a job for me.
I would like to walk into the guard post.
Oh,
I'm just gonna follow him.
is this like a cop bar?
It's not like a cop bar. It's like a police station.
Yep.
You can see a lot of guards just walking in and out, like mostly men, but a decent amount of women too. Kind of mixed races. Is really mostly human. It's a few, like maybe a few half elves, a few half orcs.
Classic police.
But like, yeah, like it's pretty much a police station, but there's no one that's like
The elves are black.
refined and like trying like a detective or like an officer or anything. It's just like the guards kind of have some like loose armor and a sword, and they're just like they're just there to help out, and they're bringing in a few criminals who look just terrible.
It's like a neighborhood watch, but they're all angry.
Yes,
And armed.
It's like a neighborhood watch.
There's
In,
there's something between, in our terms, it's something between a neighborhood watch and a police force. It's like
So like
less
Koreatown during the LA riots.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
No. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Is there any kind of reception, or is it just pure fucking mayhem?
No, we get 3G.
It's a lot of mayhem, but there is an area that you see. What?
No, don't. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Keep going. All right. It's like
Just watch it back.
there's a lot. Okay. I'll watch it back and I'll get angry and I'll flip the table.
Yep. But there's a counter.
There is a counter. There's a lot of mayhem, but there's a counter that like you see people that just look like commoners, like people you saw on the street approaching and like talking to the person, and then they'll go and wait over in like a small waiting area to the side. Past that desk, like there's a gate around the desk, that podium, and then that's where like a lot of the guards are walking around, like getting ready. They're bringing the criminals in and sending them places. They don't really have like desks. They just kind of have like some tables where shit's just on, and like they'll be talking around them, and then they'll head out.
Fantastic. I would like to approach the
Perfect.
processing center.
There is an androgynous half-elf person standing at the podium, like trying to direct people. Yes, can I help you?
Hi, yeah, we were just hoping to speak to whoever was in charge of the murder mysteries.
The murder mysteries. You
Yeah.
have to be a little bit more specific. There are a few murders going on right
The people
now.
who have had their throats sliced open and all of their vocal cords taken out. I would like
The
to talk to the
voice box
person who's been
murders.
looking into that.
Yes.
voice box.
Can I ask why you need to talk to them? Are you a witness? Did you have information about the crime?
Private investigators.
We also saw somebody
Interesting.
die, and we would like to confer
saw somebody
with
die.
them.
Perfect. Absolutely. I will let the person know. Let the person on the case know. Just so you know, it is getting transferred to the Dawn Guard fairly soon, but we do
we're
have someone
aware.
working on it. And they walk away and go and start like looking through the people there. And you're left like at the podium. And then they bring back this like older, more grizzled guard guy who goes, "You saw someone die?
Yo, what's your name?
Jarl.
Jarl?
Jarl."
Hi, Jarl. My name is Vladimir.
And looks down at you like, "You're a kid? And you saw
Hi.
someone die? It's pretty rough."
Yeah, I mean, we all have those growing experiences, right?
"Guess it is the slums." And he slaps you on the shoulder. "You're his dad?
I am.
What about this guy?" And he points to the constructs.
He's my friend.
"Fair enough."
Shifty beat.
And he kind of just like knocks on it. "Alright, come with me. Come with
He's
me."
like pure metal. How do they not? Why are they asking what the fuck his name is? He's clearly like a little robot thing.
Because it is a strange sight to see, and he looks humanoid. So they were like, maybe he has a name.
Humanoid as in like he has a torso, 2 legs, 2 arms, and a fucking head. Like not like
I thought you gave him a face.
I mean, a face. He looked like Ultron.
Okay, that helps because when you like because a few sessions ago you had him like transform to be more like human-like.
Well,
You had him do, like, a Mystique
I
ripple.
picked his. No, he did the Mystique Ripple.
He did that. I didn't call it a Mystique Ripple at the time, but you did a thing where you were like, oh, he does like a small like transformation all over his body, which is
Okay, yeah, that was when I was like forced to pick because I didn't know it could be 4 legs.
Okay, so he looks like Ultron.
He's silver and
He's
like made of metal and looks. Yeah, let's go with Ultron for now. And like he's gonna be clothed soon in like full robes, but now he's
people
purely
still ask
metal.
Naked
who
boy.
the fuck he is because it is weird. It is weird.
That's
to
fair.
see.
But I guess it wouldn't be surprising for him to not have a name.
They don't know that.
Okay.
His name's Pete.
They're already asking you.
I'm fine with
They're
Peter.
like asking who you are and
Piotr.
what's happening.
His name's Piotr. Piotr.
Oh, boy. So he leads you back through the guard outpost, like weaving through the tables, and the other people seem to be giving him like a decently wide berth. No one's like snickering or making fun of him. They're just like, all right. And he leads you into.
Can I do an insight check on what their opinion of him is?
Yes, you can.
Oh, great.
You can do if you want. Can you bring the sake down, please?
Go to the bathroom. Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. Hey, my little coat.
Better than terrible. I got an 11.
I wish we could do inside checks like this, where it's like only to one person.
Yep. I agree.
Basically, it seems like people treat him with respect, but not familiarity, and not like endearing. They're just kind of like, whoa, like, that's Jarl. Dang.
Interesting. So reputational respect, but not necessarily personal respect.
Even a little bit of personal respect, just not like, not a ton of fear that you can see, and not a lot, like, not making fun of him, and not, they're just like, he is a senior officer, he deserves respect, he conducts himself well. Let's not fuck with him. Like, if your boss is walking through the office, you're not like, how's it going?
I am. I do that.
If they're walking through with other people,
Yep.
then I'm surprised by that. That's I don't get that, but you know what? That's me, and that's how I work. Okay. I'm more of like the. Someone is viewing. I can't see who. People. Show me people in the chat.
Shadow, show yourself.
Okay. Turn. Wow, that is so far behind. If your boss, Marion, walked through the office with someone else, and she was like talking with them, what would you do? If they like walked kind of near your desk, but like didn't acknowledge you or anything.
Look like I was busy working.
That's what I would do.
But also be watching the person through the corner of my eye and listening because I want to know what the fuck they're talking about. Also because they have to walk within a foot of my desk to get to her desk.
That makes sense. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
totally different from what I would do.
Like,
Tell him.
Mind Link. What you up to?
well, you know, it seems like a lot of these people really respect this guy walking through the police station,
Okay.
and so they don't engage him. They just kind of like watch him and give him birth.
Out of respect, that's weird, but okay.
Yeah, I totally would have just shouted out to him, made him feel welcome, you know.
Maybe he's just really focused on a case and they don't want to interrupt his focus because they want him to do a good job in solving it.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing him with his subordinates, I'm assuming. Maybe not, but yeah.
Even if they're not sports, even if they're like at the same level, if he's really good and that's why he's been given this case, they would respect the fact that he's focused on it and not wanting to like have a conversation right now.
Checks out.
Fair enough. He walks you all the way to a back room with it. He opens the door for you and guides you in. There's a small table with a few chairs and just like some papers and quill and ink. And he sits down and gestures for you to sit down as well and goes, alright. What's his information you've got? Said you witnessed one of the killings.
Yeah, so we saw one of the bodies, but we were hoping for an exchange of information. See, we have been put in a strange position where we were charged with finding out more about the situation that we were around.
Around?
Yeah.
Meaning that you're close to the people that have been getting killed like this.
Well, this is the only one that we've actually been close to, which is why we're looking for more information about the others.
Okay. Which of the victims were you close to?
See, we only found out about what was going on when our good friend Villa died last night.
I'm sorry to hear about that. That's why we're working on this, but yeah, Villia was the most recent victim that we've found in this matter.
Wonderful. Were the other ones all same circumstances? Has there been any noticeable pattern that you've been able to discern?
Let me see. I mean, if you're just friends of the deceased, I can't give you too much information because we're still investigating, and really, for all I know, you could be the murderers.
Well,
But
see, we're not.
Fair.
I understand your caution. We aren't investigating on our own behalf. We're investigating on the behalf of another who would rather remain nameless.
he leans back a bit. It's like, that's an odd thing to say.
Think of all the powerful
Why?
people in this country, in this city,
That's
and all the
why.
ones who would want to be remain nameless,
Still a lot.
and assume it's one of those.
Few of them I could think of that would care about this case.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
of
exactly.
those
They
few,
don't want to be attached to this. They have a unique personal investment in the situation, and they don't want their name tarnished with what's going on.
It's a strange situation, but I mean, there have been a few victims, so maybe someone's got connections somewhere.
I mean, why would we show up otherwise?
Could you imagine if that worked in real life?
Well, from what I've seen,
Right?
people are often curious. They're just dicking around because they have free time, which pisses me off.
We don't
Or-
have free time.
We've had a few murderers who actually come in themselves to learn more about what we're doing.
Like,
Kemper?
yeah, Ed Kemper.
So when you vaguely name a shadowy person who's telling you to investigate these murders,
the Dark
and you
Lord.
lie your way in here saying that you found one of the bodies, and then say that you are a friend of Villia, I am not inclined to believe you.
No, we understand. We're totally willing to work with you on the case as well. If you're, we'll provide what information we have, and we can work with you for catching him tonight. Our only goal is to kill the guy who isn't responsible for this.
Or capture.
My friend here is partial to capturing, but I am very fond of killing the people.
I like
who do these
information.
things. I like stabbing things.
Well,
That's
we
fair.
don't support random murders in the streets.
It wouldn't be random. We're telling you who we want to kill.
And we have not issued a warrant for them dead or alive.
You haven't issued a warrant for the person who's murdered several people
We have
and removed
issued a
their
warrant
voice.
for them
vocal
alive.
cords?
You have issues a lot. What?
That's not what he said.
I know. I changed. That's what changing the words is.
He looks at you and goes, I need some proof. I need some proof that you're not just some random people that walked in off the street and you're just dicking us around, because I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'm not going to waste the other guy's time with this.
Look at my giant metal robot that could kill you with one swing.
Yeah. It's impressive. Doesn't mean that you're right. Doesn't mean that I know who you are or why you're here. All I can go off is what you've told me. And frankly, your story's all over the place.
Man, you're gonna feel like shit when we catch the murderer. And you don't.
I have no personal investment in this. I would love for you to catch the murderer. I'm saying I'm not going to involve my forces and my time.
Fantastic. Don't involve your forces in your time. Just give us what information you have, and we'll deal with the rest.
It takes time to give information.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah,
If you
tell
are
us
the
what you
murderers,
know.
Then giving you the information I know lets you walk around the holes that I have in my information. Lets you plan.
But, like, he already seems to be doing a fine job without that information.
Yes, and we feel like we're getting closer. I know some people out there say that we're giving this case away to the Dawn Guard, but I think that we can solve it.
So, is the fact that you think you're getting closer and the fact that you are giving the information away to the Dawn Guard, so they're going to be showing up soon, if I was the murderer, isn't that already enough information for me to, like, all of a sudden be way more cautious / lay low for, like, a month?
I think he'd be more cautious from the fact that we have people asking around.
Yeah, exactly, which we now know.
And yet he has increased. He or she, we actually don't know, has increased
Or
the
it
frequency of their killings.
could be a non-humanoid.
You're not wrong. It could be a non-humanoid.
It'd be like a weird, fucked up blend of, like, a cat person and, like, a halfling or something.
That would be certainly a strange blend, one I've never seen before. But,
Right?
I mean, it's possible.
I'm thinking a gelatinous cube. That's where I want he's
That'd be
at.
so cool. A gelatinous cube with a fondness for music.
Any kind of gelatinous cube would be pretty hard to just precisely take out vocal cords. This is definitely something with some degree of intelligence
Like a
and
knife?
precision. And some kind of sharp instrument.
Have
Why-
you been able to identify what kind of instrument they've been using?
No.
It's pretty shitty.
I'm not sure.
Why vocal cords?
That is information that I cannot give you.
That seems
We
weird.
have our theories.
If I was the murderer, how would sharing your theory change anything?
If you're the murderer and we're on the correct theory, you can change your course to throw us off our trail.
No, because I'm murdering for 4 vocal cords, so I'm never gonna change that.
Maybe that's the reason you're murdering. Maybe it's just the thing you chose at the time and now you're going to switch.
That's not how it works.
It could be with a crafty one.
No,
We've seen some
it's like
fucked up people before.
yeah, but
Listen,
okay.
if you want more information,
You know what? Okay.
you gotta give me something more than vague where you're from and why you're doing it. General why you're doing this.
We can
The
tell where
story
we're
doesn't
from
match.
at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know very little about who you are and why you're doing this.
Hashtag goals.
So I'm not super
Okay.
inclined to give you more information.
No, fuck this
Honestly,
guy. Let's just go fucking.
No,
I'd
so
rather be back on this case.
no, you raise a valid point. So we also have very limited information as to why we're doing this. We were just told to do so by a rather important person. In exchange for
Again, with a rather important person,
Why don't we just tell him who it is?
in exchange for us telling you why we're doing this, will you share any information you might have as to why they'd be invested in the situation?
yes, any information I have.
Fantastic. As I explained to him that we're being sent by Zaldesh, I would like to very carefully examine his facial reactions and see how surprised he actually is by this.
Samesies.
It's a lie. Roll perception. Both of you.
Red this time.
Oh yeah, baby.
16!
22.
Hey!
Ooh. You both see in him, in his facial expression, a little surprise, but like acknowledgement, and then you see slight anger.
Ooh,
pass
micro
through as
expression.
well. Micro expression. That's all perception rolls are now micro expression.
Good. Watch Lie to Me. It's awesome.
Tip roll.
Tim Roth's awesome.
He leans back in his chair after making those expressions and goes, "Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in our file on Zelda, she was entangled with Vala some years ago. We're pretty sure Villia was not his kid, but it's a little hazy right there. Anyway, see, that makes way more sense why he'd be involved. It was the most recent murder. I can definitely see why Zaldesh would censor people and why they'd be a little interesting. And he just looks between the three of you. Now, from what we can tell, the people getting murdered are actually a mix of men and women. Mostly women. Very few men. All of them, as we can see, were singers in bars around the Current's Passage, into the courier's quarters, into the servant's sanctum. Around the middle, like before, essentially,
we follow.
All the murders have been around before Lifeline Lane and around here.
Yeah, we were there.
As for why, we still can't piece that together. It's something to do with their voices, their singing. We've asked the bartenders and the people that have been in the bar, and we can't get anything that really ties all of it together. We do have the set lists for each singer. We got that as much as we could. Pretty varied between all the people.
What was the set list for each singer?
Jesus fuck.
They're all different, but I mean, as you'd expect, decent amount of songs from Lady Elenia. She's the best singer in the whole city.
Is she dead? Is she dead?
No, she's still alive. She actually just wrote a song recently that's...
Oh,
she's
they're
preparing-
singing Lady Elena's songs. Got it. Okay, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
I
Excuse
mean,
me.
the
Yeah,
rest of the
write that
songs
down.
are a lot of common folk songs, kind of working throughout a few other singers that have been famous over the years, but really just common folk songs and songs from Lady Elenia are the only thing binding these together, and honestly, those are pretty common. It's not unusual for people to sing songs from the lady, but it is a little weird for men to be singing those. It's pretty unusual.
What if this person, like,
Seems to be
fucking...
high.
What if it's Lady Elena? And she just hates people singing her songs?
Where does Lady
I love that you
Elenia
just dismissed
typically
that.
play?
Lady Elenia. Oh, if you want to actually hear her sing, you have to go all the way to the nobles' quarters.
Understand.
Those, you need to get a private audience for one of those shows. Very, very hard to get into. But after she writes the songs and performs them, they get out to the public.
Of course.
People start to replicate them.
Of course. How small of a window of time of death do you have for the victims?
The smallest we've seen.
Liver temp.
The fastest was definitely Villia. She had been killed the night before, and she hadn't made it back to her home. She left the Brigadier's bar, not late into the night, fairly early, a little past dinner time, really. That's when most of the singers perform and get the best tips, when people want to be listening to the song. So she never made it home from that, and her corpse was discovered in the canals early in the morning. So maybe their alternate time version of like 9 hours.
Of what?
8 or 9 hours between the last time she was seen and when we found her corpse.
Okay, weird question. Is there a time at which the pubs and bars stop serving alcohol?
No.
Okay,
Pretty much whenever that bartender has to go to bed.
just checking.
But most of the time, like, they'll go well into the night. Some of the more rowdy places will almost go until sunset and then just close their doors until later in the
Sunrise?
day. Sorry, yeah, sunrise.
Okay. That sounds like shit.
What's going to happen when this case is turned over to the Dawn Guard?
Agreed.
He looks a little pissed about that. He's just like, well, most of the time, when we turn it over to the Dawn Guard, they start going all holy and praying and doing their incantations, but they have a pretty high success rate. I mean, they've got a lot of magic, a lot of money at their disposal, and normally get solved. Just, let's put it this way, they are holier than most, and they know it. And they don't really treat those less holy with the most respect. Their methods, however brutal, if I would put them that way, are effective.
So once
Occasionally
they take
they'll
on,
even employ members of the Mages Council if it gets really active.
Ooh, they torture people.
What are you gonna say?
so once they take on a case, it's typically resolved rather quickly.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Are many people not involved harmed from their methods?
Depends on how you define harm. Because they like to do this thing where they will extract information from someone and then heal them right back up. So that they're just as good as before, physically and mentally. Well, the bars serve them now.
That's fucked up. Have you noticed any odd quirks about the particular disappearances of the voice box murderer?
The murderer himself or the victims?
Either.
Nothing really. I mean, the strangest part of this whole thing is the voice boxes, the vocal cords, and the fact that your friend is falling asleep.
I'm not. How dare
He does
you.
that sometimes.
But yeah, I kind of do.
Is there any reason somebody would be collecting voice boxes from your investigation?
Some weird arcane shit. Only thing I can think of. I'm thinking about that too. Just, I mean, the vocal cords don't do much, if anything, besides make noise. It seems kind of weird.
Yeah, fuck. They give us our like means of communication, but other than that, not much. All
You
I
don't
can
need
think
them
of,
in any kind of spell.
all I can think of is in this entire thing is Ursula from The Little Mermaid, who stole
Nice.
Ariel's voice.
Nice.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, Ursula's got a fucking knife, going after these little girls and boys.
Are there any tunnels into the city? Anything that connects to the
God damn it.
Connects to the what?
Anything else?
canals?
Any tunnels?
Oh, sure. I mean, the tunnels are the sewers, but if you're willing to walk in them, yeah. You can get pretty much anywhere through those. I mean, they go all over the city.
Does anybody walk in them?
You'd be able to smell them if they walked in them, but yeah. Yeah, you can tell who's been in the sewers.
I feel like either way they'd have to leave the sewers to get to the girls.
So you're saying that people can, but you're not aware of anybody that does.
Oh no, I've definitely smelled and seen people that do.
How
They're not
frequently-
hard to miss.
How frequently are they around?
In the true slums, probably half the population. But most of the rest of people that are trying to live a normal life, they're not going to go into the sewers unless they really have to. I don't know, unless they drop something. there.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm just curious about the number of people that would be traveling along the, what is it called again?
Currents Passage?
Currents Passage.
So the canals on either side of the passage are going to be pretty deep. It's going to be really hard to actually go in those. But they have all of their offshoots, and then there are ways to get into those sewers. And those are a little common. I mean, most of it flows down north to south, down the hill. And if you can find yourself in one of the offshoots that flows that way, it's normally not a huge amount of sewage. I'll tell you this much. I've been in the sewers twice in my whole life, and I if I can help it, I will never go back.
What brought you into the sewers?
Oh, I was working on cases, trying to investigate leads, and one time it did work. Hold up. What were you just saying?
So what inspired you to go into the sewers those 2 times?
Only 2 times I've been in there, I was following cases. Definitely not what I wanted to do, but I was trying to follow some leads.
What'd you find down there?
Mostly just sewage. Yeah, one time I did actually find a bit of a lead. I found another body of the person I was investigating, but the other time was just kind of a dead end.
Do you know if anybody intentionally uses the sewers for anything?
Besides getting most of the waste out of the city, not really.
And you say they go everywhere?
Oh, they go pretty much everywhere. I mean, that's how we get most people's waste out of the city. Got a few cleaning crews too, but I mean, especially in the slums, they don't really come down here. Get a few clogs in the sewers, maybe furthest down by the gate, but we got crews to get those out too. It normally doesn't really affect too much up here.
Interesting. Okay. Well, while we're investigating tonight, is there anything that we should be aware of while we're out on the streets looking for this guy?
I mean, where are you going? If you're going down south into the true slums, be on your guard.
Why
In
is that?
general, in this area, just be a little more wary.
Are there reckless people in this area?
Yeah, that's the reason we've got a guard post, and the reason the down guard don't really come down here unless they've got a mission to do. We try to follow and uphold the law, but not everyone else does. We do what we can.
Can you think of any other reasons Aldesh might have been interested in this case beyond that it might be a past relationship with Vala?
Not really. I mean, he's mostly concerned with the western area of the slums, if at all. And only because that's where most of his couriers live. But eastern part, and even central, Currents Passage, not really his domain.
Cool. Well, you've
Any
been
more
very-
leads you got from city you've been investigating? Could definitely use some more info. Nothing. Fair enough.
You know, it's our first day on this, but if I find anything interesting, I'll bring it to you.
Sounds good. Yeah. Any... Now that I know who you are, vaguely, and why you're here. Yeah, any information you can find, greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you.
Anything to ask for? We can keep investigating, but come right back here if you find anything.
Will do.
And he goes and opens the door for you. Let you out.
I head out, and on my way through the police station, I would like to generally observe what people are discussing in the area.
Like in the police station or outside?
In the police station.
Mostly it's just a lot of like police jabber, like, oh, you've been there, like, oh, what's going on? And like some rough housing, but nothing too. They kind of, if they can see you, they give you a wary eye because you just passed through with Jarl, but there's nothing you pick up unless you roll a perception check.
6.
Nope. Nothing. Just regular
I see people.
guard station talking about recent small crimes.
I thought that was a 1 for a minute.
I
and
see,
I got really
I see
nervous.
dead
Same
people.
thing. Yeah. Also, not much more than just general, like petty crimes that you hear about, and like guard gossip. Like who just got promoted? Who just got whatever? Like who's dating who?
Who did get promoted? Who is dating who?
A bunch of names that you don't recognize.
God damn it.
Ooh.
I'll fix it.
I don't give a fuck.
I do, because that's the most used tab I use.
I think the spells one might be the most used for me.
As we are leaving, I would like
I get
to.
faded.
This is the John Cena thing.
What?
Like the WWE wrestler John Cena.
I know who John Cena is. I
He
can't
does-
see him,
It's
but
the
I know him.
exactly. You can't see him because he does this.
Like, is it? Okay.
It's the "you can't see me" thing. He's the one who does all the Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. and things. He's amazing. So hard for me to get back into it.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
We're back.
It breaks it so hard for me.
Yeah. Oh. I just knew that he couldn't be seen. I didn't know that he had like a move.
This is the move that's like "you can't see me" move.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're going to.
Look at the tar sheet. Like I want to say something as we're walking down the street.
I mind to link with him. What's up, bud?
You're outside of the post at this point? You're
Yes.
still inside. Okay. So you're outside. Back onto the street.
Mindling. What's up, bud?
The
So-
podium.
I think we should just spend a night observing the general track of
The street, the main street.
yeah, the
Currents Passage.
Currents Passage. The Currents Passage. I would like to use the 2 people that we got Maria to scrounge up, put them on posts, and give them a signal. I'd like for each of us to be about 100 feet apart, watching different sections of the street, with each a scroll of message. If we either see something, we can message each other. Put each person 100 feet down from each of us, so we can cover a 400-foot strip of the Currents Passage, and just keep an eye out on what happens all night. If we see something happen, we can track him. If not, we can know to reorganize our search for the next night.
I guess I want to also incorporate tracking the girl who's singing tonight at the first bar's path into that.
Yes, so one of the 2 of us should be perched very close to that bar, watching over it, and so we can keep an
Okay.
eye out for when she leaves. One of us could also be inside the bar watching that, with the other one on the roof with the two people spread out 100 yards on each side.
I think you're better on roofs and I'm better inside bars.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
And
So
then
I'll
we
go
can
in the
just
bar
have Pete be a thug somewhere.
because I can mind link with the bar keep. So he can talk to me without, like, making noise. But I can't mind link to you if you're out of sight anyway. Which you would always be if any other circumstance.
I can tell you where my hiding place is, and then I will give you, if you don't already have a scroll of message, then you can have one of mine. And then you can just get to a point where you can see me, and then message me whatever your information is.
I do have one.
Fantastic.
So that means I can message you without being able to see you, right?
You can message me if you see me with a range of 120 feet.
Then I might as well just mind link you.
There's more. If you know the person, it's more than 120 feet.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Wait, but I can
Special
just
thing about
mind
this.
link you at that range.
Oh, your mind link goes 120 feet. I thought it was something like 30 feet.
It might be 60.
Message.
60. So mind link's 60. Either way,
So
like, that's pretty high.
There was. Hold on. Should we go by-
You can cast a spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the
Okay.
barrier.
Okay. So I can message you at like any range through anything.
There's.
Magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood block the spell.
There's something. There's. Maybe it's called like sending. There's something where you can do it at an unlimited range if you know the person. And like that's. Ah! Yes. It's called sending. It is a 3rd level spell. You can make a 25-word message,
And send-
infinite range,
Got it.
to someone you're familiar with. Okay, but yeah, message is at 120. If you're familiar, you can go through walls.
So yeah, you can talk to me wherever.
Yeah. Okay.
While you figure that out, and you can go back. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I can send the message, but if I come outside, you'll see me come outside.
Yes.
And then you'll see me, and I'll probably be following somebody.
I will continuously scan the whole fucking Currents passage. That's it.
Yeah.
But I will include the bar in my scan, and so if I see you come out, then I will follow you. But if you don't go out the front door, then you should notify me.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna give you one of my scrolls. I have. I don't have any scrolls of messaging. Oh, I fucking gave up all my fucking scrolls of messaging.
Well, I'll message you when something happens.
Fantastic. Got it.
Depending on the circumstances, you can like.
Why did you
join
give up
me
my
and
scroll
stuff.
of minor illusion? I can just cast minor illusion. God damn it. Butt hurt. Okay.
Because of message.
No.
The scrolls he gave away were stupid.
Fine.
He needed the scrolls he gave away and kept the scrolls he just didn't.
Yep.
I kept scrolls of minor illusion. That's my cantrip. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. Is there anything else you would like to do before we set up post tonight?
No.
Fantastic.
No, I really want to set up post tonight.
I'd like to take a cat nap and prepare myself to watch all night.
I'm gonna hang out in the barn. The bar. The pub.
Did you do something while I was away? Because you're just kind of on the street right now.
We go to the
we're
first
walking
pub.
back towards the first
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we can go back to the first pub. I'm actually going to go take a nap in the second pub and just wait until Maria finds her people.
Okay. So you're going to Karn's Crush. You're going to Brigadier's Bar.
Yep.
I'm just taking a nap, and when I wake up, I hope there's 2 people there for me to use.
You taking a nap inside the bar, or just like
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah, I'm just going to take a nap inside the bar.
Maria regards you strangely, but just lets you do your thing. You're going to Brigadier's Bar.
Yeah.
What are you going to do there?
Just hang out.
Cool. You hang out with other day drunks. Who?
How long do I have?
It's like mid-afternoon.
I attuned my hat of disguise.
Hey, disguise friends!
You can definitely do that. How long do you nap for?
You said it's
Like a
mid-afternoon?
short rest? Or what?
I also take a short rest to
Oh, yeah.
regain some fucking hit points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll say a short rest.
You bunch of dicks. How much do I get? A hit die is worth?
Yes. One hit die.
What's my hit die? A hit die is 1d8 per level. Is that what hit dice means?
1d8 plus constitution.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna fucking fail this shit. I'm gonna have no
Do you
health.
have to roll, or is it just max?
What's 1d8, not 8? That's a 10.
I've never seen people take an actual short rest.
I'm gonna fucking fail. Oh, it's 7. Thank Christ. Holy
I'll get
shit.
points back.
Plus what
So
constitution?
9 hit points.
9 hit points.
Back
Thank
to
God.
full.
Thank God. Oh, not okay. I was like, if I go into this fucking fight with less than full hit points, I'm gonna fucking lose.
If there's a fight.
I hope there's a fight. I want to fight. I love fights.
It has still literally been one day.
I know!
3 sessions in one day.
I felt like Bilbo.
Going
for
what?
the ring.
Scary
Bilbo?
Bilbo?
Going for the ring? Yeah. That was it.
I know, I want to stab something.
Right? Combat's so much fun.
Yes. I feel like combat, the way that we set it up, will always either be really short and really clean, or we're gonna die.
Yeah, so really fun.
So you get like a 2-hour
I'm tanky
short
now.
rest for you two.
We have a tank.
Good.
We have a sentinel.
And you wake up to like being poked slightly in your face. And as you open your eyes, yes, like that, there's 2 like large round faces close to yours that look
Biffer
almost
and Bomer.
identical.
Almost like what?
Almost identical.
Almost identical.
Identical.
What are the names?
Oh, good morning. Who be you?
Why are you napping?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna be awake all night. I just thought I'd catch some, shut-eye. Who are you? Why aren't you napping?
But it's light out.
Oh, dear lordy.
Yeah, these dumb fucks.
Oh, this is Paul. This is Pill. Maria said you need help.
Oh
Hi,
shit.
Bill. Hi,
Yeah,
Bill.
we need help, not never mind. I can't say that out loud.
As you look at them, you see that they are massive. They are like ripped, fucking like huge.
Ferda.
guys.
Fantastic.
But they're not bright.
The brains skipped leg day.
Hi, Po. Hi, Pill. Yes, I could absolutely use an extra couple pairs of eyes. Quick inquiry. Are you guys... Do you guys have very many skills? Anything that might prove useful in a stakeout?
Yeah, I smash. He smashes.
Fantastic.
Okay, we got 2 Hulks.
2 skills.
You know, you can math. Well done, Poe and Pill.
Thanks.
God damn it.
Is Maria around? Is she nearby?
Yeah, can she help? She seems stronger and
Yeah,
smarter.
she's over there.
And they both point to the bar where
They
Maria's
point
just like
different directions.
Maria's just like cleaning things, getting ready. There are a few more people in the bar at this point. Like it's not packed, but more than just like the alcoholics in the middle of the day.
Fantastic. Poe, Pill, I need you guys just wait here. I just need to ask Maria a quick question, and I'll be right back. Okay?
Okay.
Great. I head over to the bar. Maria, quick
Yeah?
quick question for you. Poe and Pill, they seem like they're really strong. Do you know if they're good at anything but breaking things?
Well, no, you said you needed support, and considering you're very small, and he is kind of
I'm in a different fucking
skinny.
bar.
She's not pointing at you, but like
Okay.
references.
The
You
guy.
said, I figured you needed muscle.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair bet. I need to be more specific in my future requests. Thank you for the help. Do you know their eyesight fairs?
Oh, fairly good. I mean, they're not. They're good fighters.
Okay,
Fast eyes, fast reactions, everything, but. I mean, if you want them to solve a puzzle, it's not going to happen.
fair enough. If you set one of them by themselves to watch a street for 8 hours, are they gonna fall asleep?
Well, no. I mean, well, depends on what time it is.
It
If you
will
send
be
them.
late at night.
Well, like, how late at night? I mean, if you take them and you put them right about supper time, and you give them a supper, they can stay there for a few hours, totally fine. But if you set them up deep into the night, they're probably gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Do you have any suppers that are good to go and last for a little while?
Oh sure. Yeah.
I would like to buy 2 suppers for these fine gents that I can give to them later.
I'll put it on their tabs. Here you go. And she like reaches under and gives you a small sack.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Maria. I put it in a bag of holding, and I say, "I'll be back." I like you. You're a fine bartender.
You're a weird fucking kid.
Yeah, it takes
What's,
all kinds, right?
Heck, if you're gonna find whoever killed Vilya, more to you. More I can help.
Fantastic. And one of these days, maybe one of these days, I'll get a beer from you.
Yeah, you've got to be a little bit bigger, but when you are, sure, you can get a beer.
Fantastic.
You finish your long rest at the Brigadier's bar as this is happening, and no one approaches you. There are no round faces in your face.
It's fine.
You're
Good.
just kind of like sitting at a table,
Good.
looking
Fuck
at your
that
hat
shit.
and going like,
What were the names
Um,
again?
pill and pull.
Pill and pull.
Yeah, it's fine. I just want to hang out. I really don't need to do anything or anything. Yeah,
Vegetate, looking at your hat, licking it.
drinking
Okay. Are you
a
gonna be
little
drinking?
bit,
Little bit.
casually.
Okay. Casually sipping on a beer.
Yeah.
That's fair. You can do that during a short rest. You are not intoxicated.
As
Back
I head
to
out the
Bunter.
bar.
Yes.
Hey, Pill, pull! Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Palpable.
They both lumber behind you.
As
You
we
can see that they're like encroaching 7 feet tall.
fucking fantastic.
Jesus fuck.
As we leave the bar. Hey, Pill, you mind if I sit on your shoulder?
Oh, sure. And he like lifts you up. He grabs you like this. And he's like, puts you on. So where are we going?
We're gonna head this way, right down to this next bar.
Sounds good. And they turn around, start heading that towards the Brigadier's bar.
So guys, how do you do it? How good are you at climbing?
Where do you want to climb?
I want you to climb buildings.
I dig a hole.
They kind of do their best at thinking while they walk. Like, well, I guess we could climb a building. Yeah, probably. Sure.
Or at least jump to one.
Yeah. We could do something like that. I mean, as long as we have little things where our hands are put.
Like a ladder?
Motherfucker.
I don't know. I mean, how do the building is smooth. How do we get up?
That's okay. You don't need to figure that out.
Okay.
Fuck. Pretty much 30 minutes.
Dynamic characters.
I'd like to take them
Jigsaw secretly isn't ready for this, like, to go down.
up and down the street.
Oh, this is canon. This has been written down.
Fucking fantastic.
God damn it.
Yes.
I would like to take them up and down the street around the Buccaneers
Ballroom?
ballroom. Is that
No, of course that's not right.
Buccaneers bar? The Buccaneers
Brigadier.
Brigadier's bar. Fantastic. Brigadier's bar.
Yeah, the Buccaneers bar is amazing. When we run the city. Oh, fuck.
Along the Currents Passage, I would like to look roughly around the 100-foot marker on each end of the Brigadier's bar and see if there's like a sizable alleyway or nook in a building or hollow that I could just like put one of them in on each side.
Sure. Yeah. There's alleys on either side of the building.
Fantastic. Can I find any rags to put on them to make them look disheveled and
Stand
shitty?
in this sewage and watch for murderers.
Okay.
You dumbass, big-ass motherfuckers.
Yeah. If you explore all the alleys around this, you can find enough like scraps.
Fantastic.
To cover them.
I would like to then, after we gathered the scraps, pull them together and be like, okay, Pill, Pull, you guys have been in fights, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Have you been in a fight with a guy who is ready to kill who they're fighting?
I guess.
It's not a scuffle.
I don't know.
They're there to end you.
I mean, we killed that one guy by accident, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Like, in that fight, you weren't working to end his existence.
He was just very small.
Yeah, exactly. He just happened to die, right?
Yeah.
Classic.
Have you ever fought someone who wanted to end you?
Sure.
Fantastic.
People with knives, people with bigger knives. Some people had really big knives. My knife was almost as big as mine.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah. We can fight people with big knives.
Okay. Actually, you know what?
You're so bad.
You know what? New strategy. Okay. You see that nook right up there? And I point to a point on a roof that's right across from the Brigadier's bar that I'm planning on sitting in.
Yes.
You guys are just going to watch me. Okay? I'm going to be up there. And if you guys see me stand up and wave my arms and point at someone, you guys are just going to go do everything you can to just stop that person and put them on the ground.
You got it, boss.
Fantastic. I give them each of their clothes and their homeless people stuff. And give them each their bag of food and say, eat this when the sun goes down.
Okay.
Fantastic. I put each of them in their place and then head into the Brigadier's bar.
There you find Hitachi attuning to his out of disguise and slowly sipping a beer.
So, while we do technically have help, it's going to be us, bud.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, okay, good. Have you talked to the barkeep? Anything going on here?
No, I didn't talk to him. I honestly, it was like nothing's gonna have changed.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess we don't really need to tell him about our plans.
Yep. He
You-
just needs to tell us if he notices anybody who is that creepy guy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd probably be better if I weren't here because of my stature.
That's fair.
So I get up and walk over to. I assume there are windows.
Small windows, sitting at the front, but yeah.
I would like to go up to a window and just like subtly point out where I'm going to be hiding out. I'll be up there. Good luck with your watch, and I guess message me if you hear anything.
Can I sit next to the window and still be able to see the bar?
Sure.
I sit next to the
It's not
window
bad,
where I have a
yeah.
view of where he's hiding.
And if I'm across the way on top of a building, will I still be within 60 feet of him?
It's 20 yards. That's further than this
The-
house is across.
The problem is that he's at an angle.
Is
Barely.
it
My hypotenuse.
1 story, 2 story?
At this point, it would be a little more than 2 stories.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
I'm definitely out of range.
Okay. No worries. But I
Fantastic.
can still see you, which is
True.
important.
Yes.
True.
Okay.
And actually, before I leave, I would like to say, so if you're going to be watching, I look up at the sky. Are there any clouds in the sky?
There are a few. Yeah, but no storms, nothing.
No rain clouds, no thunder clouds.
No.
Fantastic. If you hear a strike of thunder, then I'm following someone.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That's
Yup.
that's the sound of thunder on a clear day in the middle. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's that, or I just like make a fucking lighthouse. So, yep, I'm gonna go with thunder.
Fair. Is that your plan?
Yep.
Yep, this is our weird ass janked together plan.
Yep.
I would like to leave the bar and crawl to the 2.3 story perch that we have discussed. And
26795.
that 2.26795 and settle in.
Ooh. Some big farts.
The earth rumbles a little bit.
You're able to settle in. Thatashi, what are you going to do after you get that information? You're still sitting at the bar.
No, I'm sitting next to the window.
Sorry, in the bar.
Yeah, okay.
At the bar. Yep. You're correct.
I mean, I'm gonna wait.
Oh. I kind of like the idea of secret rolls. So, do I do one perception check for the entire time I'm watching, or do I just like periodically do perception checks? Either way, I think it'd be kind of fun if you and I knew what the roll was, but Greg didn't, so he couldn't base his judgment off of what my roll was.
I hate that I agree with that. No, I fully agree with that. We're technically separated.
Yes. Okay. Why don't you roll when he's not looking? Yeah, right now. I'm sure it is.
Oh, +3.
Okay. So you're perched on the rooftop, and Tatashi is watching throughout the bar. And as the day progresses, more and more people start to file in. Grom, you can smell food from the back as Grom seems to be getting more and more stuff out and talking with more people, bringing out plates. And then you see, closer to the end of the day, as like it's getting fairly packed, a younger girl walking in. And she walks over to the bar, and she talks to Grom. She's straight black hair, moderately tanned skin, like medium build. Nothing super impressive. And
Fuck you and your black hair. It's not impressive at all.
yeah, no one seems to be paying her much mind either. Seems to be like one of the normal people in the bar. But then she goes over to the stage area and starts like checking things out, what's going on. You're able to see her enter, and you see her do this. And she stands out as one of the younger people in this bar. Like most of the people are a little bit older, a little bit more grizzled. And she's the only one to actually go over to the stage area. Do you want to do anything, or just keep watching?
Keep watching. Actually, no.
You can keep watching.
I'm gonna mind link with her.
You can just mind link with anyone?
Yeah, anyone I want. Sorry.
I don't know about that. What's your race called?
Mind link. You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic messages, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language to be telepathic itself. As a bonus action, when you're speaking telepathically to a creature, you can give that creature the ability to speak telepathically to you until the start of your next turn. To use this ability, the creature must be within 60 feet of you and be able to see you. I can talk to whoever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want.
That's so broken.
Yeah.
It's
really
so
busted.
good.
You said I could do this.
Yeah, I know,
I gave
I know,
you all
I
the
know.
information at the beginning of this game.
Fine, I'll just break the game even more.
I know, right? You're making this really hard on us, so you can shut up and let me abuse what I can.
Break the splinters into just
I love how
slivers.
this isn't even hard. They're just like falling into the wrong things.
Oh, look, okay, all I want to say is really softly, like, hi, my name's Thatashi, and I'm not trying to scare you. I have the ability to talk to people with minds. I've been hired by a very wealthy and powerful man in order to make sure that nothing bad happens to you like it has to other girls. I know that you might be scared to sing and attract that attention, but I want you to know that we are watching over you and making sure that nothing's bad's going to happen to you. So just relax and do everything that you would normally do on a night like tonight when you're singing for a crowd.
She whips around the minute you start talking to her and starts looking around the bar, confused as to what's happening. And just like, the whole time you're talking, just like trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm near the door, next to the window, and I kind of like am staring like straight at her, like kind of like smiling and like waving just a little bit. Like, please don't be scared. I'm here to protect you. You know, multiple girls have died, and we're here to make sure that you're going to be okay.
Guess what's gonna happen?
Hey!
Persuasion check!
But it's the truth.
Hey, she doesn't know that.
Hey,
20!
There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Non-nat 20.
No, not 20. No, not okay. She keeps looking around. And
19.
As you describe yourself, okay, that's still enough.
Sorry.
That's easily still enough.
My bad.
You managed to, like, as you're looking around.
Suck it. I've heard that as suck it for like the last 9 years of my life.
Sucker.
Yeah.
Sucker. She manages to actually finally find you and lock eyes and like give a serious nod. Have you let her talk back to you, or?
Yeah, she has the ability to talk back.
Okay. And in her mind, she goes, "Hey, do what I can. Thank you. And she turns back to her preparations.
Perfect.
She believes.
Perfect.
She definitely believes.
Perfect.
What a good roll.
Yeah, fuck, dude. If that failed, that would have been a really rough
I know.
time.
It would have been really
That
fun.
would have made for a really weird
She was like, ah!
progression.
Yeah, exactly.
She would have just like sang
thing.
super poorly, and the killer would have been like, "Nah, not her." Like it would have fucking. Oh god.
Fuck. Yeah. She continues preparing, and more people come in, and then eventually, she just starts like a small rhythm, and starts singing across the entire bar. Don't film me now.
So invested.
Nice.
She has a beautiful voice. It's very soothing. And people turn to look at her and listen, and they're very happy. Ah, Tsunuki-san. Ah, yes.
Sponsor.
And she just sings beautifully. And you can even hear faint glimpses of it outside, Andre, on your rooftop. And it's very beautiful. And the rest of the bar tries to be as quiet as it can while it's still eating and drinking and doing all that stuff. And every time she finishes a song, they all erupt in cheers and congratulations. She seems very, very happy about that.
I after 2 or 3 songs. Has it been 2 or 3 songs?
Yes.
I contact the bartender, and I go hey, the Tasha here, have you spotted the guy or anyone who looks suspicious?
Grum whips around to see you and is confused. And then mind links back nope, I haven't seen him.
Bummer.
Most of these people are regulars or seem like pretty normal working folks. I haven't seen that guy from the other night. A single curl falls from his head. The hairband releasing.
Okay, keep an eye out, and give me a look if you see anything, and I'll mind link with you.
Will do.
Thanks.
Aaliyah continues to sing these beautiful songs, put everyone to rest, and then she finally does her last song of the night. It's been almost an hour.
Wow.
She's been singing a lot. It's very impressive that she can even do that. The rest of the tavern is wow, great job, woo! They're all cheering her on. She takes a few bows and then goes over to Grom and gets a small sack. You expect it would probably be full of coins or something. And she makes her way to head out the door. You see all of this, Tatashi. Andre hasn't been able to see too much. Even through the windows, can't really see what she's doing.
I need to think for a second. And pee.
Yep. Let's check out if there's anybody in the chat.
Agreed.
Nobody's in the chat. Oh, no, there's 2 people. They're just watching though. That's okay. I don't think Lydia or Josh are gonna actually do anything.
It's fun. More fair.
I guess what have you been doing on the roof while Hitachi's been like kind of watching in the bar?
Very meticulously and poorly looking up and down the street trying to identify people. It has been very bland and inefficient, apparently.
What do you mean apparently?
Because it was a 6.
Oh yeah. Yes. No, you haven't seen anyone that you can identify.
Yeah, I assume not.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the people look like they're coming home from their jobs. Just regular folk. No one really special. You say like a decent amount of the people that pass through here end up in the Breeders' Bar. Were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say that I also would like to periodically check up on
Pill and Paul.
Pill and Paul.
Yep.
To see what they're up to.
They're just happily just standing. They're eating something from the sack. Like, well, actually, not totally adhering to your orders. Like, one of the Pill ate half of what's in the sack, then walked over to Paul and gave it to him and walked back. And then they just went back here.
I see that, I'm just like, motherfucker.
Nobody said anything. Josh is not here. My sister's not here.
I was just curious about how the cameras are angled and what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. No, it looks really good.
I'm so far away.
Now you're the faraway one. Where are you? I'm so sorry.
Okay.
She receives payment from Grom. And that's what you've just seen.
Is she exiting?
She's done with her set. She just got her payment. You're not sure what she's about to do.
I'm going to exit.
Okay.
And I'm going to cross the street so that I'm like underneath Andre.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna
Do that.
and I'm gonna like be kind of like a little sneaky, like in the shadows, kind of not like directly visible.
As I watch him cross the bridge, I'm gonna peek my head over the edge of the house so I can like see him.
I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna mind link with Andre and be like, the bartender didn't see anything. She knows we're watching out for her.
We should follow her home.
I think we should follow her home. I'll follow her home being like really, really focused on her. You should be focused on the two big ass meatheads and the rest of the street as much as possible.
I can't quickly convey any new plans to the meatheads, and they will not quickly intake any new information.
Okay, the meatheads do whatever the meatheads were gonna do.
Okay. Follow her home. I will watch her back from the street.
Yeah, but like, you know,
They're
keep
gonna
an
follow
eye
whatever
on.
you do.
Yeah.
Because you told them.
But just like keep an eye
Yeah,
on
that's
like
fair.
any other people who might be around, because since we didn't see the guy in this area in the bar, he might have been
Yes.
outside the bar in the alley listening,
I would like to see which
waiting.
way the woman is going.
Yeah.
What is her general trajectory at this point?
Are you
Like,
done with your
after
conversation?
that conversation, we wait for her to exit the bar.
Yes.
Oh, she hasn't left yet. Got
No,
it.
she was
No,
so
no, no.
excited getting there.
Latashi, like,
I left before her so
Fantastic.
that I could set up outside
Got it.
to follow.
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought that would be good.
after
Yes.
this conversation, after maybe like 10 or so minutes,
I would like to get off the roof and get on the street level. Because I
Yeah.
can't jump across the fucking trenches.
Can you
so-
not? Jump from roof to roof?
Not if she stays on the bar side of the street.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not across that street.
Right.
Okay.
Between
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, after about, once you're on the ground, and after maybe 10 or 15 minutes of waiting, she does finally exit. If you're not really, are you trying to hide, or you're just kind of across the street?
We're in the shadows.
Or just casually exist.
We don't care if she sees us.
I would like to actually stealth check. Fuck it, I don't get to do
Yes.
this often enough.
Actually, yeah, you know what?
Let's
I'll stealth check
fucking
too.
go.
Because, like, she knows we're watching. Why do you roll with advantage?
Because I always roll with advantage with stealth.
Wait.
Because I have the Cloak of Elvenkind.
Oh, I have the cloak of protection, so I roll without.
So I got a 22.
What is it? Is it dexterity?
Dexterity and any proficiency.
I got a 20.
You are both well hidden in the shadows. You can see her kind of looking around, like trying to find you. And
John
just keeps-
Cena! Do, do, do!
She just starts walking away. She starts walking towards the Currents Passage.
So the passage runs north and south. She's just walking towards the middle of it.
So, if you remember from
How?
earlier, the Brigadier's bar is slightly off.
Oh, it's off. Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
so you have to like go a little ways down a street, and then you find it, and then so she's walking back towards the main street.
Fantastic.
Dude,
Both of you are hidden.
I would like to follow on the street level
God
until
damn
she
it.
gets to the Currents Passage.
the grippy part isn't the inside. Why? Why aren't both sides grippy? Who cares? Who cares about the smooth part? That's okay.
You're both able to follow.
I'm
Did you get a
able.
nat 20 or no?
No. I got an 18 and I have a plus. No, I got a 19 and plus 1 is dexterity. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're both able to follow her the whole way until she gets to the Currents Passage.
Which side of the Currents Passage does she stick on?
She actually starts walking north.
On the same side?
North.
Like, well, same side as what? So, like, she walks on the...
Same side of the Currents Passage as the Brigadier's bar.
Yes.
I would like to climb up on the roof and start following along the rooftops.
Okay.
Signaling the two big boys to follow me, not on the roofs. I point to them to follow on a street adjacent to the Currents Passage. Actually,
Yeah.
no, I'm just going to tell them to just wait here. Because they're not going to be useful. Right
Third,
now.
so... You're, like, not going to be able to totally follow rooftops the whole time.
Okay.
Like, there are going to be areas that you can jump around, but then there'll be occasional, like, larger streets where you can't make that jump if you're trying to follow her that way.
Got it. Tell me when I see a larger street coming up, and what my thing will be is to climb down the intersection before and then just follow along the ground for a block. And then I'll, like, crawl back up after the major intersection.
You can do that, and Aaliyah's not really walking very quickly. Fatashi, what are you doing while Andre is trying to do this, like, up and down, up and down, up and down?
I'm following. Okay, so I'm following, ducking into alleys, and my goal isn't to duck into alleys where she wouldn't be able to see me if she turned around. My goal is to duck into alleys where someone behind both of us wouldn't be able to see me if I turned around.
Okay, so you're trying to, like, hide from a rear view, not a front view.
Yeah, because I can see the front view, and it's just her.
Right. I mean, like, if she looked back, she could see you, but if someone looked forward, they
And-
couldn't see you.
And I want her to be able to see me if she looks back.
Okay.
But I'm also watching her, so I would know if there's anyone else within that range.
Unless they're good at hiding.
Within melee range of her. I assume if someone was in melee range of her, they'd be out in the open, and their stealth would be shit. Because you can't stealth in the open at a place I'm fucking looking at.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. Don't roll! Don't roll! I sprint towards her! Rolling perception.
Do you want to roll perception?
No, of course not. I don't want to do
Oh.
that. That's dumb.
Your passive perception picks up that there's a lot of people still on the Currents Passage.
Right.
It's not late at night. It's like just a little bit after dinner time. Like people are walking around.
Is it
It's
weird
not
that
like
I'm
an
fine with her
advantage.
dying as long as we catch the bad guy?
And you guys like follow in the side streets, like keeping watch over her. You do this for like a half an hour as she just keeps walking up the Currents Passage.
She lived like 2 miles away. Why does she sing at this bar? Go to a closer bar.
It's money. But for only a half an hour walk,
That's fair.
it's not bad. Eventually, she does turn off to the east into a smaller road, where like the both of you have followed her up until that point, and she keeps walking for maybe like 7 or 8 minutes, and then walks up to her door, and turns around and tries to find you. If you're still stealthing, she probably can't. Actually, she catches a glimpse of one of you, and goes, "Thank you, thank you," and walks in her door.
I mind link with her and say, have a good night.
She mind links back and says, "Thank you, thank you for protecting me." And she's safe.
Fire circle. So
I start twitching a little bit.
It's great.
Should we rush back to... Yeah, the sirens are going off. Should we rush back to the main street and put up posts near the woman who punched me in the balls bar? There's like a Crimson Wave or some
It's
shit like
early in the
that.
night still.
By the time you followed her home, it's like the equivalent of 11 p.m.
Does she live alone?
to 30. You would not know. She walked
She's
into
young,
a larger
right?
building. Yeah.
Okay.
No one like welcomed her at the door, but
Right.
it doesn't look like one family owns this building.
Okay. Okay. That's a relatively safe situation.
I would like to quickly head back to the Currents Passage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You make your way back, and you kind of tell that a lot of the people are a little more drunk. You can tell a little bit more with a perception check.
Roll. I perceive.
Perceive.
14.
19.
14, 19. Yeah, people are full, they're happy, they're singing.
Fuck those people.
The people that walk out of the Currents Crush seem to be the most happy, the most satisfied.
Yeah,
it's a pretty popular
Marie.
bar. Yeah,
Those
Maria runs a good ship.
perverts like getting punched in the balls.
A lot of the people out right now are older men and women, like middle-aged, not old, but just having a good time. They're living their life, enjoying it.
Having their best life. My aunt bought tickets to Italy and she's going on Monday. Because she's 82 and lives alone and doesn't interact with anybody.
Yeah.
And she figured she might as well get...
Like,
She might as well not live in fear and get as much exploring and adventuring as she can now. Because if she does think she might be sick, she'll quarantine immediately and just let it kill her. And it was the most interesting text conversation I've ever had with her.
that's my philosophy.
But she's one of the most interesting people. Grayson knows. You met Hallie.
Yep.
She's a significant human being. But yeah.
So yeah,
So anyway,
no one
sorry.
that no one
Sorry.
that is walking out of the bars, but it's still pretty lively even for 11 p.m. Decent amount of people walking up and down the streets. You see a decent amount of guard patrols. Just like trying to keep people safe. Occasionally there'll be like a drunken scuffle. The guards will run over and deal with it. But no one getting like stabbed or anything.
No, it's vocal
Crazy.
cords getting cut out.
No,
So I
no
don't see any
murders
bodies
on
in
the high
the.
street. No
The
bodies.
Mersey.
Fantastic.
In the Mersey. The Mersey is the canals in England.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fine. I miss Liverpool.
I would like to
It's sad.
find Pill and Pole if they're still around.
They've just kind of been following you.
Fantastic.
As much as they can.
I'd like to tell them to go back to their places and watch for people with big knives.
Which place?
Remember the places you were standing for like an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Go stand there.
Okay.
Oh, these
And
motherfuckers.
they just walk away. The ground slightly trembles when they walk. It's like they're beefy boys.
Fantastic.
So it's just Andre and Tadashi standing on the side of the Currents Passage.
And Senny. And Pyotr. Pyotr the Sentinel.
Yes, who's the first one? Senny?
Senny as in Sentinel.
Oh, okay.
Senny. Pyotr the Sentinel.
Piotr the Sentinel.
It's yeah. I don't know how I feel about the fact that he was named Pyotr without my consent, but it's fine.
I don't know how I feel about this, but it's fine.
I like it, but Senny is easier to say than Pyotr. So
You should call him Cinny. I'm gonna call him Shifty Pete.
Shifty Pete.
Alright, Shifty Pete and the boys standing on the
Wait.
side of the road.
Do you
watching
like
the
nags?
passage.
We should watch Snatch. Have you seen Snatch?
I have. It's a great movie. I watched it.
It's a fantastic movie.
I would like to. Could I perceive any other music from my perch previously, or was
Absolutely. Almost every bar has some kind of music coming out of it.
specifically singers?
Yes. Yes, you could hear that probably like 50% of the bars had a singer.
Fuck!
Even if they
Jesus.
were like accompanied.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
In which
It's a really common thing to do.
in which direction?
Wait, hold
All
on.
directions.
Are you gonna get mad? Because it's all directions.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
I walk into the Crescent Crush?
Currents Crush.
Currents Crush. And I mind link with the bar under and I say, "Hey, it's me. The guy you punched in the balls. Don't freak out."
First you touch me on the shoulder, then you get into my fucking head. What's wrong with you? But this is all in your head, and she's like,
What's wrong with me is that I'm trying to find a killer who's killing little girls.
oh,
Listen,
fine, fine.
I'll only be in your mind for half a second. Is there anyone in this bar right now, besides me, who you find suspicious and somebody who you haven't seen before? And or isn't enjoying the singing, but may look angry slash malicious slash contemptuous towards the person singing?
Well, since you asked,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know a lot of the people in here. That's pretty common along the passage.
Right, of course.
Second of all, I told you in the middle of the day, I've got the band playing, no singers.
Oh, fuck.
However,
I forgot. However,
there are definitely a few people in here that seem unsavory.
yeah?
Yeah. They came in as a group, got some weird fucking red skull thing on their shoulders. That's about it.
Damn it! Will you?
It's a gang.
Write-
Let's
will you
kill them all.
Write it down.
Let's stab them, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
Write it down.
stab
I know.
'em.
Write it down.
You're already on one quest. Let's do 7. Yeah.
It's not okay because the idea of like getting rid of a gang is like so appealing to me. Like that's my spot. Like serial killer is like I'm interested. Killing a gang is like look, it's not okay. All right.
So I'm just kind of standing outside on the river at this point, watching people go by because I'm assuming that he's doing mine stuff.
I don't mind.
Do I see anything on the street?
You
Anything
accepted this.
interesting?
Do
Kalashtar,
you want
baby.
to
Let's
keep
go.
your perception check or roll another perception check?
Keep it. It was like 21.
Yeah. I think it was 19. I think I'll keep the 19.
You can always go higher.
Barely.
Yeah, but a
You
19
can
is
always
a
crit.
16, so that is 80%. I'm at 80% already.
80%, right? Yeah.
I'm a gambler. 80% is stay.
You can actually, as you watch, you see Jarl going into one of the bars.
Wait, who's Jarl?
Jarl is the captain of the guard
Fantastic.
that like
Yeah. Yep.
talked to you about the case and gave you
Yep.
Oh,
information.
fuck!
And then like maybe half an hour, 45 minutes later, he leaves, goes to the next bar. It seems like he's like asking around, like investigating, trying to figure shit out.
As long as he's investigating, not
Yeah.
looking for prey.
No, it seems like he's doing his rounds, trying to see if he can find anyone, like any leads.
Fantastic. I really wish I had information that I personally have, but my character doesn't have. It's fine.
What information do you have?
I want to know about the Red Skull Gang so I can go ask him about the Red Skull Gang, but I can't.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Well,
I'm outside.
Outside of me?
yeah. So you just finished your mental conversation with Maria.
Cool. I fucking dip outside and find this tiny little black bitch. Wait, he's a black cat.
Yeah, but
And mind Link and say, hey, so there's a gang called the
You didn't get a name. You just got a description.
Red Skull Gang, and they have like tattoos.
fascinating.
Oh,
I saw
skulls.
the dude. I run towards Jarl.
Wait, what dude?
That's all I
To
say.
leap off the building, like, into the road, and like scurry towards Jarl.
I go
Are
back
you
inside
doing
the
that
bar.
as just like a kid?
Yeah, I'm just doing it as a
Alright, you
kid.
look like a
he
small
he
child.
knows. He knows
Flies
that
through
he's
the
like
air.
not normal.
You walk back in the bar. And you.
The fuck? What are you watching?
What? Are you okay?
Someone say, hey.
Jake's eyes just like tracked across.
No, you're good. Jeremy's gone.
My eyes, what?
Your eyes just like tracked across the whole wall. I was like, what the
Tanuki
fuck?
me.
Senpai.
Oh yes.
So I book it after Jarl.
Yes. You do that. You enter the bar. You catch up with Jarl. And he looks a bit surprised at first. What the fuck? And he's like, oh, okay. You're the kid from earlier.
Is anyone watching this stream?
No.
Yeah, I'm that kid. Quick curiosity.
We stream for ourselves. Actually, there are 3 people watching this stream. We
Hey.
stream for ourselves. We do this for the fame, the glory. Yeah.
Have you by any chance ever heard of a gang that has red skull tattoos on their arms? You know what that's all about?
Oh yeah. No, I've heard rumors.
What are the
Still trying to
rumors?
figure out who that is, but we've seen a decent amount of people with those weird red skull insignias on their arms. What was your question? What about them?
What do you know about him?
Not much. They've just been kind of appearing more and more lately. Seen more of them. Haven't linked any of them to any crimes. Nothing, but it's weird. It's very recent, very significant
Where'd they come from?
increase. No idea.
Who are they? I mean, do they have any kind of generic populace that they are? Are they all humans? Are they all young men? Do they all carry weapons?
He passed you on the head like, kid, I'm working on this voice box case. I can't do two at once.
Dude, what if the Red Skulls are the voice box killers?
Truth.
You know, I didn't actually think about if it was a bunch. I mean, if there were a lot of them, wouldn't I feel like there'd be more murders? This seems like a smaller group.
Unless they're intelligent and being careful.
Or if they had a very limited need for voice boxes.
You think they're intelligent?
He's also not here.
You fucking.
He's not in the conversation.
He mind links to you.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful. So they're unintelligent gangs of people who probably aren't murdering people for their voice boxes, but they might be.
I mean, they could be.
Fantastic. Thank you for your
Weird thing
information.
for a gang to do, but sure.
But have you noticed any trend in their general populace? Young human men, half elves, orcs, half orcs, dwarves.
Ow. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I don't even.
Oh,
I
shit.
think.
That hurt.
He tries to think back. Well, I guess there was someone who wrote up a little bit about them. From what I remember, I mean, fuck, I don't pay attention during most of the briefings unless they're concerned with my case, but
That seems like bad.
Seems like
police work.
shoddy investigator work.
Oh, what the fuck?
But
laser focus. That's what I do.
No.
I don't know what a laser is, but I'm laser.
Yeah, that's an acronym that you want to learn for 1,000 years.
Light and sound, energy, radioactivity. I know that's not what it is. That's what he did.
You're
really
wrong.
well improvised, though.
It was pretty close.
Yeah.
I hate how close it was.
Seems like mostly humans, a few half-orc kids maybe, but mostly just ruffians.
Ruffians, fantastic.
Ruffians is the meanest word.
It's so evil.
You know what? Thanks, Jarl. You've been very helpful. Once again, I'm going to bring you fish next time I see you.
Did you say that last time?
Fish.
Yeah, I'll bring you some fish. I gotta go. Bye.
Give me the rainbow fish.
No.
In your dreams.
Yeah, in my dreams. Pass out with a bottle of liquor on my couch.
Classic.
Yep. Classic cop. Grizzled old cop.
I
you were to
immediately head
Katashik.
back. Yeah.
You've been inside the Current's Crush. You walked back in. What did you do when you walked back in?
Just watching. Inspecting all the people. Perception check?
Yeah. Or investigation. Depends on what you're trying to do.
Dealer's choice. Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. What is
Let's
your
do
intention?
investigation.
But what's your intention?
It's a 13.
13. You can very easily find the group of guys with the red skulls on their shoulder. They're not really trying to hide it in any way. They're seated. They're in the middle. They're not in a corner or anything. They're just in the middle, having a good drink, talking with each other pretty loudly, and listening to the music. They're not shitting on anyone or anything. They're just having a good time. They're just unusual in that they're all in the same kind of gear and they all have that red skull on their shoulders.
Some weird Jewish shit. Do I see anyone else?
What?
Do I see anyone else of note?
No one. No one important. Just a bunch of like common folk having a good drink, enjoying the band.
All right.
Maria's in the bar.
All right. I go up and I sit down next to the Red Skull people.
Like at their table.
Yeah.
Do you have your construct with you?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
They're all talking, and then like you sit down and they turn to you. I'll look at you and your construct. One of them goes, "What do you want?"
I just have some questions, if you don't mind.
He looks at the rest of the guys at the table, leans back and goes, "All right."
You know,
Weird thing to ask, but what's up, you and the metal man?
I know it's weird. He's just my friend. He's my assistant, my pal. He helps me out with certain problems I might have. I just have questions. I've never seen anyone, any group of people that shared tattoos implying an ideology, and I was just curious what that might be.
They're not tattoos.
Oh.
So all of them are wearing like sleeves.
Like
And
shirt sleeves?
Yeah, like
Okay.
the red skull is on those sleeves. Not
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you essentially translate it to be like,
Right.
never seen a group.
A symbol like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sign that we're a group. Sign that we fight for each other, protect each other. We're brothers. And they all like hit their mugs together.
Are you brothers like just whenever you go adventuring or throughout town, or do you have a common goal or a common like cause you fight for within town against perpetual societal norms or legal norms?
He slams his tankard down and goes, "Brothers in the fact that no one else wanted us and we found each other. We help each other."
All right, so kind of like a solid group of orphans who don't need any parents because you can take care of yourselves, you can govern yourselves, and you can be yourselves together.
Damn right we can! They do another ha and drink from their mugs.
I appreciate that. No, I get it. Okay, cool.
You want to join? You and your metal friend.
Unfortunately, I come from a family, a loving family, and I don't think that I would belong. I respect what you do and what you are, but I don't know if I'd
You can come
qualify.
from a family and they're still not family.
I mean, mine are,
Fair enough.
but I appreciate what you've created.
What's your name? Gives you a slight punch.
Vitashi.
Nice. Gorak. No, I'll give up.
Dope, Korag. Cool. Listen, I'm going to straight with you, and that's weird, but the reason I'm here is because I'm trying to hunt down the person who's murdering all the singers in the area.
There's a low rumble from the tables. All of them like, Gorak goes, "We're gonna fucking kill that guy if we find him.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Fuck him. This is our area.
I agree. No, I agree. That's why we're here.
Get on you."
Have you seen anything that might help you lead anyone to him?
Nah. That's That's why we're out here, but nothing we've seen. Rest just like, take a sip. Take a real sip.
Alright, well. I'm gonna disappear a little bit. And but I'll be in touch.
Slaps you on the shoulder. Well met, Tatashi. If you need help, ask for Scream.
Well met, and then I dip out.
You head out of Kern's Crush. And then you can mind link Andre to put that information to him so he can type it down.
Yeah.
Hey, can we stab them? Can we stab them all?
No, they seem to be the Lost Boys.
Fuck. Okay,
It's almost like as if there's a dynamic city around you. With multiple different factions that all interact. They have their own storylines that intersect and weave together and build a...
Oh god, my eye itches.
This
so
is like
much
a
right
real
now.
actual world.
Oh, why is my eye so itchy? I don't know. I just keep rubbing it. Just keep rubbing it.
All of that was written weeks ago.
I know.
in my frustration, I would like to crawl to the top of the building again and just stare daggers at the street looking for somebody to stab.
You do see a stumbling drunk who falls into an alley. And no one seems to be paying attention to him.
Does he look like he can sing?
No.
Do you want to stab the
He
drunk?
looks like he's barely moving except for the keys he makes into the trash near him.
Fantastic.
But no one pays him much attention. So you can stab him.
I would like to go down to him and put 5 copper in his pocket.
You can do that.
Fantastic.
Body as you do that, but he's still alive.
And
It's called enabling.
as I take my paw back from putting the money in his pocket, I slap him in the face and crawl back on the top of the roof.
He's too drunk to even see. No one. I mean, who do you determine worth stabbing? Is my question. If you're looking for someone to stab,
That's the best question ever. Who do you determine worth stabbing?
People with anger in their eyes.
Oh shit. Micro expressions.
if it's a micro expression, it needs a perception check.
I also look for people with stabbing. 17.
20.
Oh, 22. Suck my perceptive dick.
As the night has gone on and on, there are a lot more drunk, pretty wasted people outside on the street, and they're getting pretty aggressive with each other. No one spilled any blood, but there's been a few shoving matches and shouting and shit like that. It's a little more risky out there right now.
Fantastic.
And you can you've seen Yarl make his way through most of the bars, and he just headed up back towards the guard outpost that he came from.
Have you noticed any odd behavior in the streets? Beyond the scuffling and the Jarl? Any slinking shadows?
Yes.
Goodness.
Slinking shadows.
Yes, you have noticed a decent number of slinking shadows.
It's too many.
And
It's way too many.
so based on your perception checks, you've actually noticed a decent amount of cut purses, especially at this time of night. People who walk fairly normally and will walk past the drunkards and take. But from your vantage points and your examination, you can see a decent amount of people actually get robbed.
Okay, ignoring those people.
Other than that, no one's like getting murdered in.
I'm very curious about those people.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a fair amount of them.
Fantastic.
It's
How close are
pretty
they to get to each other?
Definitely not close enough to seem like any kind of organized anything. But you actually see one of them try and rob one of the guys with the skulls,
Okay.
and they beat the shit out of the guy who tries to rob him.
Good.
They just and toss him into one of the canals.
Of the cup purses that I have witnessed, do any of them seem particularly successful?
None of them seem like prodigies. Nothing incredible.
Do any
Just
of them
from what
seem
you
like
can
they're
see.
getting a large haul?
No, not here.
Fair enough.
Absolutely not. Even the purses they cut are small, tiny.
I would like to start following the closest one.
You can do that. Also, Andre's following the closest cut purse. Tashi, what are you doing?
Oh.
Yawning.
I'm gonna keep watching the like group.
The Red Skulls? Which group?
This area.
Okay.
Not a group, but like the area.
You can see the cut purses too.
Yeah.
So you actually do also see Andre drop down and follow a cut purse who's recently like whoosh, gone into a small alley
Right.
to the west.
But I'm gonna stay watching like the general group and the current crush and like the main street.
Fair enough. You continue to watch the general traffic throughout the street. As Andre, you follow a small cut purse into an alley.
Well, I have a moment I would like to crawl a roof and then jog along the roof to catch up to him.
You can do that, and he doesn't go very far, and just kind of stops and starts inspecting the little pouch that he's gotten. Rolls a few copper between his fingers. Just kind of goes. Puts it back within his robes and keeps walking.
Can I do a perception check to see, to learn as much as I can about this guy?
Yes, you can.
Natural 20.
Holy shit! His name is Thomas. He comes from a small town.
Tell me his life.
Make it up!
I make you roll like 1,000 times before now to try and get a natural 20. And on the least important thing ever.
Yep.
You're the one who was like, skill checks can crit.
I know, no. I want them to crit, but not on
This is all your
least
fault.
The
important
backstory of the
Ever.
pocket
This
on
is
the
all.
street.
This is all your fault.
Oh my god. As he runs through the moonlight, you can see
Mr. Moonlight.
full elven ears.
Ooh.
Not half elf. Full elf. As he's running and his hood like bounces around, you can see those. The hair is silvery white when it comes out of the hood. And there's a certain grace as he flies through the alleyway. It seems almost like gliding more than running. Despite him only getting a few copper from that escapade, there's something odd about this thief.
Can I... Is he moving fast enough that I can comfortably keep pace with him?
Yes.
Fantastic. Can I wait until he is
in an alleyway with a very predictable trajectory and drop onto him, grabbing his collar.
Acrobatics. Or, I mean, if you're just trying to make a grapple, like doing a
No, just literally just drop onto him
acrobatics.
with the dagger drawn.
Yeah,
21.
absolutely. You drop onto him, and it goes, "Oh, ah!" and like turns around on the ground, but you end up over him with your dagger raised, and he has very fine, noble features.
Can I have it very just like casually, threateningly, not just like terrifyingly?
In the scuffle, your hat of disguise has been slightly disturbed, and so you do appear as your actual self. He goes, "What do you want, cat?"
Oh, you know, I'm just having a good time in the night. See that you're out doing the same. I don't see many of your kind in this area. I was curious about your story. Tell me about yourself or die.
Jesus.
I've no need to tell you my story.
Oh, you know, if you want to die, that's fine, sure. And I press the knife into his throat.
Wait. I'm trying to find my sister. Perhaps you've heard of a sorcerer? Someone with proclivity towards fire. By the name of... I mean... it would be incredible if she actually went by this name, but Laurier.
Wait, what?
I would like to perception
How do you
check.
spell that?
Laurier.
Yeah, take a note of that real fast.
L-L-A-R-I-Y-E.
Yeah, no, if it's the double L. L-L-A-R-I-Y-E.
Yep.
Fantastic. Insight check. to
20,
see-
nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20 insight check! Let's go! This guy better be important
We have
because
dicks.
goddamn
What are you
Prince.
trying to see?
We have dicks for you.
What?
to suck.
What are you trying to see?
Insight to his authenticity as a being right now.
Give me a little more of your background.
Uh,
Where are you from again?
We
Like,
don't-
how much do you know?
Where are you from?
Yeah, where are you from? You're from the Denadire, obviously.
The Dunedine Warriors.
What brought you
What?
down here?
I grew up in... Is there a city in the Denadire?
Yes.
Fantastic. I grew up in that city as an urchin, raised by a small collective of hobbled together random folk who have no connection to each other except that we would have all died without working together.
Classic.
You would have grown up in Adrian. It's the render of the Denadire. It's the largest city in
Yep.
that band.
Fantastic.
Okay. So growing up in a city, you would have known enough to spot the amulet around his neck, the sign of elvish nobility.
Oh, fuck. Who is this guy?
Apparently important.
Hey, bitch. How you doing?
You're investigating one stream and you find like 17 more.
Dense world, let's go. Okay.
You can, so you can immediately tell that he is elvish nobility, hiding within his cloak.
Fantastic. So tell me more about Larry. Because I'm going to call this character Larry now.
I don't know who Larry is.
Larry, Larry.
Tell me more about this fire mage. What has he done to you and I'm assuming your family?
Well, she has run away from our family And apparently she's been spotted in Aralon. And I'm trying to find her.
Why?
Because she is part of the noble family. She belongs in Lewandar.
So is she related to you?
Yes, she is my younger sister. She's a little bit more, let's call it impulsive. Still, she is not to be leaving our city. She is to be working with our family and our father.
Understandable. Why are you cutting purses of the poor folk if you're looking for your sister?
Well, I heard she was in the city. I figured this was... If she wanted to be hidden, she'd be in probably the most unassuming place. And the most unassuming of the unassuming is the cut purse. Someone who lurks in the shadows, stealing from others. Of course, I intended to visit the people I stole from and return their money, and a little bit more as well.
Of course.
Hard to see them living like this.
I roll my eyes a little bit as I say, of course. I mean, it's only natural. I mean, a few copper doesn't mean much for you, right?
My God, they use copper, and he looks at the coins because he just thought they were gold. Ugh. This is ridiculous. Larry will come back. We'll just add a summons to the Mages Council and the Dawn Guard. They'll find her. This is absurd. Should never have come here.
So, what's your name, bud?
Arlios. Third in line to the throne of Lewandal.
Oh, goodness. Only third.
Yes, third.
Well, that's
But
gonna,
I'm still young, only 100 years.
it's gonna be important once you kill first and second.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So,
That level 20 story, right?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry, level 10.
So, Alios, I take it you're probably more skilled than just cutting purses of common folk. I mean, one of
I am.
nobility
And he
obviously
goes-
would have better skill.
And you fly off of him and tumble through the air. You land on your feet, but he just goes poof, makes his way up. It seems to hover slightly. As well, roguish cat. You managed to catch me, so I'm impressed.
I'd like
May
to
you serve under my employ.
passively readjust the hat so I reappear as the child.
Intriguing. A disguise. Makes sense. A cat's not exactly welcome in most places.
There aren't many catfolk in the area. Useful for not being identified
not.
while doing various tasks.
While this is happening, what is Tatashi doing? You're still on the road?
Sleeping. I'll kind of like just be outside the area, the bar, keeping an eye out.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You see mostly more patrons just getting drunker and drunker and drunker.
And people are getting pretty physical now on the Currents Passage. They're punching some bullshit. It's pretty bad. It's kind of a violent place.
I kind of jump down and try and break up the fights.
You don't inspire very much fear, but
The Sentinel
Piotr
does. Yep.
definitely makes people whoa. Shit, calm down. And they steer clear of him. So you're able to successfully break up decent amount of fights. Get people separate from each other. And then back to Andre. Asking questions of Ayos.
So you're curious about employment. I do have a current working partner. Similarly skilled. Before I agree to any kind of contract, we'll need to discuss this as a group. I'm sure you'll need some extra hands in the area.
Absolutely. Well, I've been here for quite a while, and I can't find her. So, if you and your partner can find Laurie, I mean, it's not much, but a few 500 platinum pieces for a return.
You know, that might be an intriguing value. Would you be willing to come discuss the matters further with my compatriot?
Absolutely. I've no fear of anyone in this area. Let's go talk.
You know, that makes sense. I sheath my dagger, and I walk up next to him, and then I grab his hand and start walking with him over towards the bar.
And you find the Tashi. This is the Tashi. To you, Andre rounds the corner with a hooded figure.
As soon as he rounds the corner, I mind link with. Like, who is this man?
His name's Alios. He's an elf. He is royalty, and he will pay us 500 platinum to find his sister.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so let's figure out a working relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. We make it up to him. Alios, this is the Tashi.
Pleased to meet you.
The hooded figure walks up to you and goes, "Well met, my friend," and takes your hand in both hands.
We'll
very
do,
proper.
we'll do everything we can to help you out and find your sister.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a matter of royal importance.
Does your sister sing?
I mean, she sings songs of the elves, but I doubt she'd be singing the rabble I hear from these bars.
Huh. Okay.
Can you tell us more about Larie?
Oh, yes. And he goes on and on, on and on and on and on and on about his sister. He gives you a bunch of details, and what do you want to... It's 10:30.
Yeah.
He's sleepy. Do you want to, like, end the collective night and get those details, and then we'll start with the morning? Or like, do you want to, like, kind of
Yes.
power through it for another, like, 15, 30, 20 minutes?
I have a lot of questions. I would like to know about Larie. I would like to know, as a cut purse wandering around the Southern District, what he has seen as far as people's throats getting slit. I would like to know what his experience in this band as a member of royalty has been like, as far as treatment of the social structure.
Right.
Um,
What we're going to do, end the stream, you write down your questions. You guys are going to, like, go to bed in the nearby tavern, and then next session, I'm going to have all the answers. I have them, but we'll answer them all on the stream and bring everyone up to date. It'll be the next morning. Because
fantastic.
even
I'm
if
just going
you're
to give you a
talking,
list of
it's,
shit
like,
I want
past.
answered, and you can just ramble for a while.
It's like late in the night.
Yep.
Even in the city of Erewhon.
Fantastic.
So, it's quite late. As you discuss with your friend, you find your way to the closest inn, find beds for the night. And you sleep, and in the morning you wake. Next time.